to change. They want me to change, but I ain't changing. Nah, I remain the same.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing. Men make moves and suckers stand still. And as always, on the mighty Nerd DJs Radio Network. Yo, it really is getting redundant over this way. You know, and I'm just waiting on Nick Lavelle to tap in, but I'm not about to throw nobody under the bus or what's up, Black Gun Owners Magazine, man. Yo, man, I cannot possibly thank that brother enough, man. Talking about supportive, man. This guy supports people that he never met. And I don't mean just supports; he actively supports. So, yo, shout out to you, bro. Make sure you go to Instagram and you follow Black Gun Owners Magazine on YouTube, Instagram, wherever your favorite streaming platform is. But I made the smallest comment on a post. And somebody actually sent me a post and they wanted me to comment on it or whatnot. And I tried to make the smallest, most innocuous comment that I could. And someone else decided to inbox me about said comment. I literally just put a wow emoji. That was it. Nothing, for or against or just whatever the case. I try not to get involved in other people's mess. But this person is angry with me because they feel some type of way about what the other person posted. Why are you mad at me? You should. Your issue is with the person who posted it. Whatever y'all got going on, I have nothing to do with that. I don't even know this person. I've never spoken to this person in my life. And it's not the first time something similar has happened. I just don't get like the passive aggressiveness in today's society is just it's bizarre. It just really is. I'm able to come up with my own drama if I want to. I'm really a drama free individual. I've made a point over the years to steer clear of the viciousness, the gossip, because I don't want to be out with my grandkids or my kids or out in public and somebody's mad at me over some goofy shit over the internet. Like, that's just silly to me. But this is the day, that we live in. This is the times that we are living in. And it really, really, really is sad. Like, communication has lost its way. We have all been, reduced to anger over an emoji about something that I had nothing to do with. I don't know. I have learned some valuable lessons over the years. And one thing I have learned is that, people profess to want honesty, but nobody wants 100% honesty. The person that's 100% honest is called an asshole universally and very unliked. They may benefit financially from being extremely honest, but on a personal level, most people will not deal with them, nor will they like them. And honesty does not mean factual. Let's get that straight too. Just because you are sharing your truth may not necessarily be the facts as the rest of the world sees it. And sometimes in our quest to be honest and be 100, we go overboard when we're honest. Some things don't require your honesty. They just require your silence. Not everything needs to be said at every moment. And I think that societal decorum has taken a huge step back. And we are all worse off because of that. The ability to say things somewhat anonymously has encouraged people to say things viciously that they wouldn't normally say. And that's just, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. But anyway, so yeah, we got Nick Lavelle supposed to be coming on. It's 7:06. And I know things happen, and I know he's just a little bit late because he's definitely been promoting the show and everything. And I have absolutely been looking forward to this conversation for a minute. So what I'm doing right now is just kind of going through social media and kind of just hitting all the spots, making sure that we got it out to everybody. Shout out to my cuz, man. And actually, I definitely got to say thank you to my family too, man. They've been rocking with me, for obviously, for years. Well, I won't say obviously because some people in my family I don't talk to, and they don't talk to me, and that's okay. Just because people in your family doesn't mean that y'all have a good relationship, or it may not be a good or a bad relationship. Y'all just don't click. Being family members doesn't mean that y'all gonna vibe with each other. You know how you meet somebody at a job and instantly y'all just cool. You don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason, but y'all just y'all the chemistry was there immediately for friends. Well, with family, people think that just because that's your cousin or that's your auntie or whatever the case is, y'all supposed to automatically click relationship wise, and it doesn't work that way. Some people, it's not that I don't like this person, and if they need me, I'm there for them because they are family, but they're not the person I'm gonna call and just chop it up with. Nor am I the person that they would call and chop it up with, and I'm old enough to understand that. And sometimes I think we, especially when we're younger, will tend to push a little bit more so for relationships that aren't successful. And then when you get older, even your successful relationships, you realize you don't have to talk to somebody every day for them to be a friend. And then those people that you call friends decreases significantly the older you get. And I don't mean because people passed away. I mean because your requirements for friendship increase. Your discipline within friendships changes dramatically the older you get. And a lot of your friendship is based on past history. How have you responded to certain things that happen in my life? How have I responded to certain things that happen in your life? And people fall off. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world to lose a friend, but make no mistake about it, it can be funeral esque, depending on the length of friendship and the severity of the friendship. Y'all been best friends for 20 years, and there's something that transpires that eliminates that friendship. That shit hurts. It just does, and there's nothing wrong with you feeling some type of way about that or you being hurt behind that. It's just called being a human being. Losing a friendship is akin to a death. It really is. And sometimes it's worse in that death is absolute and there's nothing you can do no matter how you feel about it to change that. But when you lose a friendship, that person's still here. You have opportunities and you have to almost fight yourself for a little while to give them the benefit of the doubt, even when they have demonstrated that they don't deserve it. You know, and I'm not sure why I'm on my soapbox today. I don't often get much time to kind of speak my piece, so if that makes sense. Usually, I have a guest, and it's more regarding them, which it should be. So I try to take advantage of those moments when I actually have something to say. And what I talk to people all the time that want to start a podcast. I was talking to a brother at work that was ready to start one, and what I had to explain to him is that I've been doing this for a long time, and holding a conversation with myself is way more difficult than I thought it would be. And especially if you don't, especially if you're trying to wing it. Like I can wing a conversation with anybody on the planet just about, except me. I'm an overthinker. So in my mind, I'm thinking about how I'm being received. That gets in the way. I'm a little spastic as far as switching from topic to topic, which is cool when you got somebody, on the receiving end and that, y'all can kind of juggle that conversation and it's okay to move from topic to topic. But when it's just you seem nuts. You seem unfocused, undisciplined. And that's not going to hold too many people's attention. All right. I know what though. I'm going to give it, I don't know, a few more minutes. I have reached out to you, Nick. Um, I know you were active a few minutes ago. If karma's so real, why white people still having a good time? I've often wondered, not that particularly, but I've often wondered about karma. And I'm just kind of going through seeing, and happy Black History Month. See, I'm spastic. I actually, okay, that's dope. I actually got an email today about remembering Matthew Henson, and he was an explorer. I don't know. I don't. Was it the Antarctica that he went to? I don't remember. It just the name just came up. I learned about Henson as a teenager. My father had a picture of Henson framed and hanging on the main wall in our family living room. At that time, passing by the photo without acknowledging his credentials was routine for me. Until I finally stopped to read the description. Afterwards, the name stuck with me. To this day, I'm still not sure why. Perhaps it's because Henson was an explorer fascinated by ocean navigation, which is different. Or maybe it's because Henson wasn't afraid to challenge himself, as evidenced by his goal to even attempt to reach the top of the world. Or maybe it was something as simple as the fluffy fur on the hood of Henson's winter coat that was responsible for the permanent image of him circling in my head. Whatever the reason, tradition is tradition. So on the first day of Black History Month, if you have free time, read up on Matthew Henson and share his story. And this is actually from Forbes Black, which I get that information periodically. And thanks to Skrill, actually, James Eberhardt, who was on the show recently. And I'll be throwing some clips out there of him tomorrow. That very dope conversation. And he's got some champagne, he's got some wine, and some vodka. So you can go to YouTube and just type in SCREAL__. And James Skrill Eberhardt Jr. will pop up, and you can see everything he's done. Not only is he a serial entrepreneur, but he's also a phenomenal activist and just loves Black people. All right, I'm trying to think in my mind. Like I don't know how much time we're gonna give this before we cancel it out, and it's be if unfortunately this doesn't happen tonight, I'm sure we'll be able to reschedule it at some point. And man, I think this will be the first. Yeah, definitely the first one of the year. It's been the first one in a while. It's a gift and a curse doing live shows, and sometimes you get burned. And I won't say burn. That's a horrible terminology. Sometimes it doesn't work on that particular day because people have lives and shit comes up. And sometimes doing an interview is the last thing on their mind. It just is. I've had, not too many, but I've had occasions where things have happened in my life where unfortunately I was not able to do a particular interview and I had to cancel it. I think I've done that. Let's see, this is year 9 for me. I think I've canceled. I definitely in 2020 I had to cancel for a while. Other than that, I think I may have canceled like 3 or 4 times. It just I've been doing it so long that I be on autopilot. As far as making sure I show up, because I just hate not showing up. It's whether it's one person or 1,000 people that'll watch, I feel obligated, and I feel obligated to myself. It's definitely I'm just not one of those people. I try to, I don't like calling off at work all that much. I just don't like calling off anything that I'm involved in. I try to make sure that I'm involved 100%. Wow. Okay, so I'm just looking at this clip on DL Hughley, and I can't hear what they're saying, but this is a guy interviewing a transsexual on the Touré show. Raquel Willis on the Touré show. And the question was, how long does she wait to tell a date that she's trans? Why is that a question? Why are you not like what right do you have to hold that information? And I am not making a judgment call on your lifestyle or what you do. But you're fully aware that that is not a lifestyle accepted by everyone as far as whom they date. And someone may not want to date a transsexual individual. It doesn't make them transphobic. It just means they have a preference. Just like some women want a guy that's 6 foot tall. That's a preference. If that woman went on a date with a guy that wore lifts and had stilts up under his pants, and then come to find out that guy was 5'5", she'd be pissed. I think that some things just deserve honesty from day one, and you being trans would be one of them. That's just my 2 cents on the subject. Do with that what you will. And yeah, you know what? We're gonna give it another 10 minutes, and then we're gonna call it quits. I did have a chance to interview Crank Lucas earlier today, about 5 o'clock. That was a very interesting conversation. That is on the YouTube channel Intellectually Petty Radio, and just to kind of keep my mind busy, I am just going through my timeline and seeing what I see and what I find interesting to discuss. Shout out to Hill Harper. Good luck to you, brother. I no longer live in Michigan, so I have no skin in the game. I would actually love to interview him. If you got a plug, let me know. From what I see from afar, shout out to June Whitfield, man. But from what I see from afar, he has a legitimate shot. And the fact that somebody tried to pay him a significant amount of money to drop out means that other people really think that he has a shot. If my house isn't clean, I feel like my whole life is in shambles. I am not one of those people. I'll even go so far as to say I'm mildly sloppy. If I am the only person living in the house, will I clean up? Yes. Am I going to clean up every day? Absolutely not. What I'll do is I try not to move shit. I try not to dirty up shit. I drop something on the floor. I don't let it sit there. Clean it up immediately so I don't have to go back. But I am not mopping every week. I am not. I'm Yeah, I am not the cleanest person on the planet, but I'm not a pig either. Do with that what you will. I pray for the success of others. They pray for my failure. We are not the same. I don't know, man. I think sometimes people want enemies more so than they have enemies. It's almost as if, like, people say you're not successful until people are hating on you. So it's almost like having ops is a validation of success, which is some weird shit, man. I don't feel the need to have somebody hating on me for me to feel like I made it. But call me crazy. Dating a man who can't help you financially is a waste of time. That's interesting. I get it. I don't know if in today's society, I saw a video of this young cat, and he was saying that basically the young women of today are dudes, and not that they physically are dudes or whatever the case may be, but the mentality of the young women today, they call they boyfriend bro. They're aggressive. They drunk all the time, and they were taking on characteristics that would be normally associated with men. And it's as if they want the independence without the check. And I'm not a young cat, so I don't know what's going on in the young world. I just know what I see. And on the one hand, you see I see it. I see the aggressiveness. I see the impatience. I see the it's my world, mentality. But I also see the ridiculous requirements that they feel a man should have. I seen one lady, some guy sent her $15 because she said she wanted a salad for lunch. I sent it back. How dare you send me $15? You broke. What? Like we are. It seems as if we are there as a planet. It is almost. I myself get disheartened by seeing some of the shit that is online nowadays, as far as what women won't accept. I won't be taken here. You can't spend X amount of dollars on me. If you don't do this, you're broke. And they will publicly shame you and have a chorus of other women validating this ridiculous behavior. I just don't. And then on the one hand, they'll be like, there's no good men left. I think men are just tired of the weird obsession that they are seeing online and some in person. I see some the comments that some of the younger ladies at work will say, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm glad I'm not of this generation. It just can't be. This can't be life. Like how these young brothers is out here, God bless y'all. Because the shit that you see more and more. Now I know that some things are for clicks and for likes, and people just trying to get internet famous. I get it. But at a certain point, it becomes a pattern. And that pattern becomes a standard because that standard has become the norm because so many people are now saying it. So either everybody is lying and trying to be internet famous, or y'all lost y'all motherfucking mind. Anyway, on that note, I do apologize that Nick Lavelle has not arrived at this point. I am about to shut it down in about 4 minutes. If you got something to say, let me know in the comments. You want me to talk about something for this next 4 minutes? I got you. And you know what? Let's see. I have not taken phone calls in so long. Maybe that's what I should have did. What's my number? 440-941-5010. You got a couple minutes. 440-941-5010. Yeah, you want to call up? Call up. I just put the number in there. Let me know. It's in the comments. And let me see if make sure my Bluetooth is Bluetoothing as it should be. And I don't even know what the okay, I don't know which one it is. Yeah, it's it. Okay, so we connected. All right. Have at it. You got a couple minutes. If you like to call in, you got a comment, question, whatever. 440-941-5010. We'll see if we can actually get this put together. And again, I should have did this shit a long time ago, but I was hoping the bro was just late. But you never know. Anyway. Yo, and you know what? I'm willing to bet. Wait a minute, I don't know. No, I think Atlanta is on our time frame. But I'm willing to bet that there was wherever he's at, it's like 6:46 or 6:28 rather. I'm willing to bet that that's the issue. But I don't bet all that much, and I'm not about to start losing no money today. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all. We got 2 more minutes. If you do want to call in, it's 440-941-5010. My bad, y'all know I'm not too good with texting and multitasking in general. It's just not really my swag. It's not my feng shui. I have never, just completely off topic, I made a comment on this post on Instagram, and do you know that 4,257 people have liked this comment? That's a lot of fucking people. For some just innocuous thing that I just randomly thought was hilarious to myself, other people thought it was hilarious too. And you know what? This young lady's channel, what is and I don't even know, Tawana_Monique. Her channel is wild. People send her in the weirdest shit as far as relationships and stuff and things that they going through that she'll comment or they'll ask her opinion. And basically, this guy, he had a baby mama who apparently had dumped him and moved on in life. She moved on, and he said, this is him talking, and he's saying, my baby mama found a new guy. He's a nerd, and she is trying to improve her life. This guy has got her, looking at new places. She's going back to school, and I don't want her doing this. So and this is this guy speaking, I am trying to impregnate her again so that she'll stop messing with this guy. And so this guy walks up to them and and you know he was intending on fighting this other guy, and so this nerdy guy pulls out a gun. And unbeknownst to the baby mama, he said the dude did it so smoothly that it scared him even more. Because he said before he knew it, he had a Glock to his stomach. And the guy was smiling and politely was telling him that I'll put some holes in you and go home and make a sandwich. And he was upset about this and was asking her what should he do. And to her credit, she said, "Go to hell, sir." Because the fact that you're upset that your baby mama who has your child is trying to better herself and her life says everything she needs to know about him. People have lost their fucking mind. On that note, I'm out of here. Once again, my apologies. I'll get in contact with Nick and see if we can reschedule this. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Y'all have a good one. I'm out.